Hi everyone, welcome back to the online studio. Today we are going to be thinking about posture. So a lot of us are sort of worried about our posture, particularly because of our lifestyles. We tend to spend a lot of time in a hunched forward position, so forward flexed position, where we round the shoulders and the upper back forward, mostly because we're looking at laptops, computers, sitting at a desk, looking at our phones. So it's nice to be able to do some exercises where we start to right that wrong, balance ourselves back out. Sorry, I don't know what the light is doing. So we'll get started by coming to the end of our mat, feet under the hips, relax down through the shoulders, breathing in. As we breathe out, we're going to come into a roll down. Tuck your chin, start to roll the shoulders forwards, lifting the belly as we come down. Resting at the bottom. And then from here, I want you to bend your right knee and extend your left leg. So your right knee is bent, left leg is straight. Bring your left hand onto your right ankle or shin, wherever you can reach. Then the right arm is going to lift up into the air, so we can come into a little twist position. Okay, so this is going to be really nice for the spine and the back of the body. Keep breathing through it. And then we circle back round into the centre, straighten out both legs. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Bend your left knee, right leg stays straight. Right hand to left leg, left arm reaches up into the air. Into a nice twist position. Breathing through it. Good. Really getting a nice twist. Bring it through the centre, start to straighten out both of your legs again. Resting at the bottom. And then we're going to walk the hands out. Bring the knees down and come and take a seat. Now I want you to sit how it feels comfortable for you. That might be with your legs crossed, it might be with your legs out straight in front of you. It doesn't really matter. Come and place one hand down on the floor, your left hand, right arm reaches up, and then as you breathe out, we're going to come over into a side bend. We're trying to keep both of our sit bones on the floor. So if you feel that one side is starting to lift, then just reduce the range of the stretch a little bit. Good. Coming up into the centre, let's change sides. Reaching the left arm up, exhale over into your side bend. Breathing into it. I'm sorry about the light, I don't know, it's being a bit temperamental. Up into the centre. Lovely. So from here, I want you to come and bring your hands up behind your head. Elbows nice and wide, drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Now we're going to bring the elbows together towards each other and then take them out as wide as you can. So elbows in, elbows out. Try not to let the shoulders creep back up. Bringing those elbows in as far as you can. It might be that you can only come to here. Hugging around the side of the face. And then elbows nice and wide. Really stretching into the front of the chest. Front of the shoulders. 2 to go. Last one. Come and bring the arms down. Good. We're going to come up and over into 4-point kneeling. So take your time to get there. Hands on the shoulders. Knees on the hips. We're in a nice box position. Press down through the palms. We're lifted up and out of the shoulders, not slumping down through the chest. lifting through the belly, and our spine is nice and long as well. Now I want you to think about your left hand and your right leg. We're going to extend out along the mat, and then from here we're going to lift them both up into the air. We're going to lower down and lift up. So both hand and foot touch down and lift. We're just here for 6. 5, stay lifted out of that right shoulder. 4, try and stay centered. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hand and the foot back in. And we're going to reset, change sides. Right hand, left leg. On the floor to start with, center yourself back out, lift them up. We tap, lift, tap, lift. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring them back in. Ooh, you might just want to come off those wrists for a second. Give them a wiggle. And then we come back in for some cat-cow. Reset. Breathing in to prepare. As we breathe out, tap the tailbone, press down through the palms, lift the upper back. And then again, exhaling through to cow, tailbone to ceiling, dip lower back. Every time we exhale is when we move. We always start with tailbone. Good. Bring it through to neutral. And I want you to walk your hands over to the right hand side. So over on the diagonal, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do our cat-cow. Tucking the tailbone, lifting through the upper back, and then breathing out through to cow. Really good for your posture, good for your spine, gets the spine moving. And coming over onto the diagonal just gives you a little bit of a stretch down the side of the body as well. Good, one more here. Bringing it through to neutral. Walk through the centre, hands over to the left. Back into our cat-cow. Lifting up, lengthening out. Always moving on the exhale, starting with the tailbone. And stay with your cat-cow, not looking at what the crazy light is doing in this room. Lovely, bring it through to neutral. We're going to walk through to the centre. So from here, I want you to take your right leg out to the side. So stepping out as far as you can, out in line with the hip if that feels comfortable for you. Now you're going to lift your right arm and you reach up and out. So that arm reaches up towards the ceiling, foot is stepped out, in line with the hip, bring that nice big twist into the body. Really reach back through the arm. Lovely, come back around to the centre, step that foot in. Left foot steps out to the side, left arm, we reach and lift. Breathing into the stretch. Getting that nice twist through the upper back. Trying to reset those shoulder blades. Bring that arm back down, step the foot back in, and then we're going to come and take a seat. So come on down. We're going to take the legs nice and wide, out straight if you can. But if it's really uncomfortable, then you can take a little knee bend here, whichever feels good for you. Hands come up behind the head. You might need a knee bend if your hips are quite tight. Elbows wide, belly in. As we exhale, we come up and over into the side bend, up into the centre, and over to the other side. Good. Into the centre, we're going to do one more each way. Lovely. Into the centre, bring the hands down, lengthen the legs. As you breathe out, we're just going to walk those hands forwards. So really feeling that stretch into the upper back, back to the legs. Good. Walk those hands in a little bit. Good. So from here, I want you to take your right arm, lift it up and out to the side. So again, we're bringing a little twist into the back of the body. Come and place that hand down. We're going to do the same on the left side. Lift and reach. You might feel that into the legs as well. Coming back round to the centre. Walk the hands in. And then we're going to come up and over onto our front. So this is our last bit, onto the belly. Legs are about hip distance apart. And I want you to bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Now you have two options here. We can come into a cobra position. So bring the elbows close to the body. Breathing in, gently press down through the hips, lift the belly. And as you breathe out, we lift the upper body just off of the floor. So you bring that little stretch into the lower back. So that's option one if you want to stay in cobra. Option two, exactly the same setup. Press down through the hips, lift the belly. But we press down through the palms. We lift ourselves all the way up into an up dog position. Arms are nice and straight, lifting out on the shoulders. More of a stretch into that lower back, but if you feel like that's okay for you, then that's fine. We're then going to gently bring it all the way back down. Good. Breathing in at the bottom, breathing in to lift. Whichever option feels good for you. Gently going down. Taking two more. Coming up on your exhale. And gently lowering back down. Last one. Breathing in. Breathing out to lift. Good. Gently lower all the way back down. And we're going to push back out of this position. So pushing yourself up, bending the knees, bringing them in, and just coming up and round. So just some nice little exercises that you can do to start to rebalance that posture, particularly if you spend a lot of your time sat at a desk all day, or you're doing anything where you're in that forward flexed position. And that covers quite a lot of jobs nowadays. So please come back to this anytime you feel like you need to. You can just incorporate it into your daily routine, which will sort of stop that imbalance and feel like you're putting yourself back to where you need to be in terms of shoulders, upper back, all that kind of thing. So I hope you enjoyed and see you again soon.